Hello, geometry students. I'm going to make a quick video over 10.4 inscribed angles. For some reason, I don't have a video over this, but this year I'm going to do it. So let's see if I still got it. Central angle. That was back in 10.2, but I kind of want to go over that. 10.2, they talked about a central angle of a circle is an angle with a vertex in the center of the circle. So for example, this angle right here would be a central angle because the vertex is the center. So angle ABC is a central angle. Another vocabulary word from 10.2 is arc. An arc is a portion of a circle defined by two endpoints. A central angle separates the circle into two arcs with measures related to the measure of the central angle. And I guess that's the big part that I want you to take away from this, is that the measures, the arcs with the measures are related to the measures of the central angle. So for example, if this was like 135, okay, angle PQR, since that's a central angle, if that was 135, then we could say arc PR would also be 135. So just to keep just to know that the central angle is the same as the arc. Okay, now we have a bunch of theorems we got to write down. Are you ready? 10.6, inscribed angle theorem. Feel free to pause the video as needed, but this theorem right here is talking about if you have an inscribed angle in which it is on the circle. Okay, so inscribed angle means it's on the circle. And then how we find the measurement of that is, the relationship is that the angle is half the measure of the intercepted arc. So this is the intercepted arc here. And so the angle will be half the arc, and then the arc would be double that angle. So using this theorem, go ahead and pause the video and see if you can find out what angle P is and measure of arc PO. Okay, so angle P, the arc, the intercepted arc is 70 right here. So angle P is going to be 1/2 of 70. So that is going to be 35. Now the measure of PO, the arc right here, we know the angle is 56, so it's going to be double that. So 2 times 56, which is going to be 112. So that's what the arc would be right here, 112. Okay. All right, next theorem. With this one, this is if two inscribed angles of a circle intercept the same arc or congruent arcs, then the angles are congruent. So see here how the arc, they both intercept the same arc here. Then that means that they're going to be congruent angles. So using that theorem, go ahead and pause the video and see how you would set up this next example. So using this theorem, we know that these two angles are congruent because they intercept the same arc, SV. So we set those equal to each other. So we're going to add 5 over, subtract 2x over. That's going to be x equals 20. And then we plug that back in. So 3 times 20 minus 5, we're going to get 60 minus 5 would equal 55. Okay. All right, on to the next theorem. 10.8. An inscribed angle of a triangle intercepts the diameter or semicircle if and only if the angle is a right angle. So if you look at the example in the theorem right here, see how it intercepts this semicircle here, this diameter, then that means angle G has to be a 90-degree angle. So go ahead and pause the video and see if you can set up this next example. All right, did you set it up like this? Knowing that this is 90 and knowing your previous knowledge or having the previous knowledge of triangles equal 180, we can go ahead and combine like terms. So it looks like we're going to have 13x and then plus 89 equals 180. So we subtract 89 from both sides. We get 13x equals 91. And so x equals 7. And when x equals 7, we still got to find this. Almost forgot. So 4 times 7 plus 2, that's going to be 28 plus 2. That's going to be 30. Angle F is going to be 30. So that would be our answer. All right. Next theorem. If a quadrilateral is inscribed in a circle, then its opposite angles are supplementary. So L and N would be supplementary. And what does supplementary mean again? It means they equal 180. Very good. So these equal 180 together when you add them together. And then K and M equal 180 when you add them together. So let's do an example with this one. This lovely necklace. So this necklace charm shown uses a quadrilateral inscribed in a circle. Find angle A, angle B, and you know what? We might as well find angle D. So go ahead and pause the video, write this down. How would you set this up? All right, since opposite angles are supplementary, we can set 2x minus 30 plus x equals 180. And with A and C, that's going to be pretty easy because we know C is 90. So what's angle A have to be? 90 as well, because 90 plus 90 is 180. So it looks like we have 3x minus 30 equals 180. Add 30 over, we have 3x equals 210. X equals 70. That's going to be angle D is going to be 70. And angle B then is going to be 2 times 70 minus 30. So 140 minus 30 is going to be 110. So there's all of our answers. And you can also check this to make sure that they all add up to 360. So does 90 plus 90 plus 90 plus 110 plus 70, is that going to add up to 360? Yep. So our answers work. Okay, now that's all I have for you. Come with questions. Let me know if you have any questions. And this is over 10-4. 10-4. See you later.